correspondence. I can't work with laughs like this. Hold on. Oh, I enjoy all the fandango. I suppose these are for energy, I suppose. I enjoy reading, riding, and of course, sports. Billy G. Moffitt, born 1943, Long Beach, California. I'll never forget the first time my dad took me to see the Angels at Wrigley. Something exploded inside me. I knew it then. I was going to grow up and become the world's greatest softball player. The performance itself is about history, and a college can benefit always from history. History is, they always say history is written by the ones who won the war. So no matter what history you read at the library or see on the Discovery Channel, or learn about in school, or see in a one-person show, it's always going to be biased. That's just the nature of storytelling. I think, as I told some of the students here today, that history is, we're talking about LGBT history is for the most part lost history. And so we're having to discover and review things that happened that were, because of the prejudices of the past century, were hidden. So in my research, I found a lot of things that I think people celebrate now that they didn't even 10 years ago. So I think there's a lot of benefit to young people learning, if not the history that they might or might not agree with, someone my age's perspective of it. And as I said before, it's changed so much. It's fascinating to see how, since I wrote the show in 2006, how much society has changed as a whole.
What does this performance offer, other than explaining the history? Do you think it teaches other people that, like, the LGBT community offered or contributed a lot more to our history than we know of?
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people don't realize what people did. A lot of people don't realize Alexander the Great was a great conqueror, but he was also, someone who was in a committed relationship. Queen Christina of Sweden, Susan B. Anthony, Harvey Milk. He's most recently become well known. No one ever heard of Harvey Milk, and I enjoy seeing the light of recognition in people's eyes when I portray him. And Mark Bingham from 9/11, I think there are a lot of unsung heroes and people who were not famous per se, as we would, think famous people should be. But sometimes there are people like anybody who could just one day do the right thing or be at the right place at the right time and change history.
What do you want those who aren't in the LGBT community to get out of this performance? Acceptance or knowledge?
Education. It's very important for me. Off the top of my head, I'm a great lover of theology. I love studying Hinduism. I love understanding why a Buddhist does this. I love understanding the traditions of my Jewish friends. I never knew what Kwanzaa was all about. I like understanding them, because when I understand them and take the time to educate myself about those things, I have respect and a deeper understanding, and often an interest to want to know more. Because we've been hiding, we as an LGBT community, we're no longer surreptitious in our life. Many people are interested. And of course many people will not be, but just like, I'm not interested in football, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't like the opportunity to learn about the history of football one day. And I'll take it or leave it. But in a college, university environment, it's a nice opportunity to present people with information, to present ideas, to allow them to think for themselves. Are you going to respect this more, respect it less? Less? Why? And it ignites thinking. It ignites people forming their own opinions. And that's what the academic system is all about.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.